privy to what's going on. I.e., the military people, like, you don't think they're having beefs in between them? Like, right now in the military, like, bro, this is the worst shit. What the fuck are we doing? Most of the military know we fight on behalf of Israel. Like, come on, wake up. That's what I'm talking about. They want to interject and be like, You can ask most of these guys. I've seen videos of people asking them, like, yo, is it America first or Israel first? It's eating them up right now. You can tell. Cuz want to say America first. You know it.
What's the sacrifice?
So once again, I keep
listening with
all I was pointing out was everything that you see on the internet, just like the TV. I'm old enough to remember when I used to be told, not everything you see on TV is real. We can't believe everything we see on TV. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but why does it have to boil down to some?
I don't think he knows that. I don't think he knows that.
What is
I don't think Puff knows that.
I'm like, you know, that's what I'm saying.
No one's in prison, bro. We know there's a problem with that. War. We know
how do you have a problem with that?
No, how don't people people like you don't see
it. What?
You don't see
all I'm saying is you can't believe everything you see on the internet. I was like,
I think we kind of like most people in the room.
This nigga trying to twist my shit. Bro, listen. Most people don't want to go to war. We are going to war on behalf of Israel.
And I
have to though. You know how much money Trump put into our military equipment?
Nobody give a fuck about that.
You know how much money they gave away in military equipment before the war? Matter of fact, now I'm starting to think they probably gave some of that shit away so they can't use all this shit right now. Because they already knew they was probably planning on trying to do this shit. Fuck it, give it away to Ukraine. Give all that money away. Give all the weapons away. So now it's time to actually use this shit. They like, damn, where'd the stockpile go? Oh, we gave it to Ukraine.
You gotta test out your power, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this was a simulation, much needed, due to show the dominance of America. We displayed a lot of our fighting jets.
You backwards talking, bro. You were just saying that we trying to pull out because this shit is too crazy. Now you saying that we showing dominance.
We showed dominance. We showed they know.
We ain't showing no dominance. We actually help.
But then overnight, your supreme leader can go the snap of a finger. And his son is still possibly in a coma. We did that.
Well, you can't forget they sent a shot at old boy already last year. People say it was real or fake, I don't know. But they actually sent a couple of them. So shit, he ain't untouchable either, shit. All these shit. I ain't gonna lie, this shit is a big ass stage play, honestly though. Y'all kinda caught me in this shit.
Are you entertained?
It's entertaining. It's keeping our attention, so I guess, they can be called entertaining.
Yeah. Someone got to do something for football season. Stop that.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
He said we got to be entertained. You got to do something before the football season. How about looking at keeping an eye on the bills that Trump has been passing and how we could take advantage of them?
I already enlisted my child for Trump accounts. The mother of my child, we're expecting one. So congratulations to me, And he's gonna have $1,000 to his name. Thanks for
congratulations. Trump. How white is she gonna do when they wipe it down?
Yeah, this nigga, man.
So it's a lot of stuff that you can take advantage of.
Her name Karen.
Shit.
No, my baby mom black. I don't date outside my race.
We don't believe you.
I don't believe you. He's lying.
He's lying.
Y'all crazy.
We need a PTR.
Surrogate baby mom.
Right. We need a PTR. Last four social. Fingerprints.
He gonna do it just like a Republican. He was like, yeah, I do have a black baby mom. I chose
it from a birth certificate.
I chose it from a book.
He then stay on him like
you mean Mitt Romney's binder? Hey, man, not too much on Mitt Romney's binder, bro. Come on. You got a whole book full of women, man. Come on, bro. What's wrong with that?
He made sure she was from the South and she had strong bones because he wanted to make an athlete son.
Oh shit.
John McCain, he put his hands above his head. They said, remember Trump said John McCain couldn't even lift his hands above his head. He can't do that.
But that's fucked up, bro. When he said that.
Neither one of them can.
Yeah. John got his arms broken, bro.
Gavin Newsom, what was up with that? Did anybody look up the history behind Gavin Newsom?
We say Navin Newsom in here.
Gavin
Newsom.
Navin Newsom sounds good, but I tell you what, I think I've come up with a better, obviously, nickname. I think Gavin Newsom, okay, because he's a scumbag. That guy is a sleazebag. I've donated money to him, okay? When he used to run, he used to come to me and say, Mr. Trump, please could you donate to my campaign? And I would say, sure, yeah, no problem. Because you see, I like to be a nice guy, okay? But Gavin Newsom, what a disaster, that guy. Very low IQ, okay? Very low IQ. And then you think what he does, I mean, California, what a disaster, okay? And that's how people wanted to have Kamala run the country. Could you imagine? I mean, just think about it. The disaster we would be in, okay? It would be times 10 what's happening right now, okay? We're on pretty good solid grounds, okay? We're the country right now, as you know. But we're so well, and as you see what's happening in Iran, it's a total success what's happening there. And we're going to be out of there shortly. You'll see it's already taking place. You'll see and our gas prices are going to come down too. That's going to be a big one.
Hey, y'all say that's gonna be a big one. That shit do be killing. The gas prices.
And also, excuse me, quiet, Biggie. I'd also like to announce that MAGA in the waiting room no longer represents MAGA. I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. Okay, this guy is a very low IQ guy. I've never met him. Okay, I don't know him. And if I would tell him to shut up because he needs to distance himself rather quickly. Okay. We're not being nice guys to this guy MAGA. He sounds like a complete low IQ person. It's really what he is. And yeah, back.
Hey, yeah. So Blue, I got a clip. I don't know if y'all want to listen to it about this guy that kind of resigned, that stepped down as well. But it's up to y'all.
I'm breaking up and down.
We can play the clip, but yeah, I'm about to be in the lab, so. Okay, man, hold on 1 second.
Did we all just go on hold for real?
Joe Kent, Blue, his name is Joe Kent.
Real quick, I know this is way kind of random. All right, just look at when the Jordan Wolf grades get released and what happens that same month on each release date. We got one this year, 2023, 2011, 2014. And to see if it was any type of crazy coincidence. I'm just say 2011, that's when the same month Osama got killed. And the last bill dropped last month when the guy over there in Iran got killed.
So you think them Jordans?
Nah, you don't go out there. It just, it's a lot of coincidences with certain shit. Some of everything. It ain't just Jordans. It's a lot of shit that go on with certain shit. But that Wolf Gray got a meaning to it.
If somebody will get shot behind those. Come on, Nas, what's up with the
My bad, y'all. He got this video behind a paywall.
Bro,
Where the fuck?
bro, you motherfuckers with some patience.
Question. I'll go back while y'all waiting. I got a question. I got a good question.
What's your question?
Have y'all ever utilized your own social media to, I guess, do a social experiment or test? So, like, for example, y'all know, well, a lot of y'all know I do sound baths and stuff. So, I got like the demand from off of TikTok to do a certain one because one of my TikToks went up. It's at like 60-something K right now. And so people were demanding that I do this particular sound bath at this location. So I put it up, and I only put it up on TikTok. I didn't put it up on Facebook or IG or any other platform that I normally would put my classes up on. And it filled up. And I was just trying to test it. Now, it would have filled up anyway, but I decided to not do no advertising other than what I put out on TikTok this one time, just to see like how it turned out. But it still filled up, y'all. And now I know that it only filled up from the people off of that one social media because it was listed differently than it normally is. And it's at a new location that I never do them at. Have y'all ever utilized social media to like gauge stuff or test your audience?
Yeah, but my account got suspended when I did it on Twitter. So I stopped.
Man, Facebook suspended me. I was trying to get data points. I was going into shit's called. They're basically forums, but I know they call them something else on Facebook. And I got banned because I was posting way too many polls.
You got banned for posting too many posts.
No, polls. I was trying to gauge how I would go into the different communities and I would ask questions. And obviously I'm using those data points to get the project that I was working on.
That's unorganic. That's what they call that shit.
Right, but that is organic because you got to think I'm going in and asking a question, and then it's just people are gravitating towards it to answer, regardless of whether I go into one. Who gives a shit? I'm data pulling, but I'm data pulling naturally. I'm going in and asking a simple question. It's not like I'm bodying it.
I'll be in the type of same way. They're gonna hit you with spam.
They just don't like the fact that I'm using their platform to do what they already do with our data already to begin with.
I mean, Facebook is full of shit anyway, man. I don't know that shit.
I stopped using that shit a long time. Motherfuckers be like, "Oh, you don't got Marketplace?" I'm like, "Nigga, I haven't had fucking Facebook since like 2013." Some shit like that.
Look at what's going on, man. That shit really fuck with your head, bro. They put you in. All right, you'll see certain shit come up on your timeline. You go to the comment section. You see all the comments that you don't like at the top. Then the more you scroll down, you start to see like the regular people comment almost. It's almost like they put shit in front of you to strike you, you know what I'm saying, to piss you off. And then when you do respond a certain way, your shit gonna get banned. You know what I'm saying? But you got motherfuckers got videos chopping up people and shit. They've been out there for years.
Yeah, like them videos guys be coming home, executing their wives and themselves and the side dude, and they'll have that video played and all the views, and I'm like, this person ain't even monetized there. Post a video like that. But I feel like you start your page and they allow you to bypass it, you can keep your monetization. But I feel like if I did a political page where I'm pro-flag way quicker than a page who's just been doing that from their start.
I don't know if that stands for those. I've seen some shady shit on X. I've seen some super duper suspect shit on X.
This is bad on Facebook, for real.
X, for some reason, I was scrolling. Mind you, I was with my kids. I was showing them videos, STEM videos, and from engineers on X that I follow. And y'all at the woodwork, I'm scrolling. We getting a bunch of videos about solar system, this, science that, science the other, science the third, yo. And I thought, whoa, bro, as we scrolling, I scroll to the next one. And some chick topping some dude off in the back of a car. I was like, what the fuck? My kids all jumped like, what the fuck? I was like, man, what is this bullshit?
Be somebody you follow that follows somebody that follows somebody that follows somebody that follow a porn group. You ain't even necessarily gotta look up the shit. The shit gonna come in your algorithm.
That's crazy.
Shit crazy. You gotta watch who you follow too. That's the big thing. Cause you can follow a broad that you like, oh she cute. Then her page linked up to one of
the I got rid of X after that. I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
That was the last remaining. That was the last of my weekends. And that motherfucker went bye-bye like 2 years ago.
It was on my video.
Fuck social media. Social media.
You see like a bunch of third world countries and shit, motherfuckers get caught stealing over there, how they doing. It'd be a bunch of that type of shit. So it'd be like, man. I don't know what it is.
It's all about what you thirst to, bro.
Hey, y'all see that they're changing social media pretty much into like a television network soon. So get ready for that. It pretty much already is, but you're gonna start noticing it more and more. There's gonna be more of that.
You talking about feeds like billing wise?
Short real videos instead of sitting there watching the whole 30-minute show.
No, I'm trying to say if you're gonna bill you for watching and shit, like
Yeah, bro.
What they gonna do, and I think Meta is already doing it on Instagram. What they're doing is you'll be watching a reel, and if the reel is more than 30 seconds, what'll happen is somewhere along in the reel will pause in the background, and they'll auto dump an ad on your screen, and that ad will probably be like 10 seconds or 15 seconds, and then you go back to watching the reel.
Yeah. I mean more in depth than that because Meta just bought Maltbot, and if you know what Maltbot
I seen that.
Yeah, if you know what Maltbot is,
that was a big
it's pretty much a whole bunch of AI agents running the social media, running the content. So social media, the future of social media is going to be a whole bunch of agents, or a whole bunch of bots, I should say. Now, that's probably already happening where you think there's real humans in the comments and this and that, talking on certain topics to sway the public this and way, or to, what do they call it, public influence and what have you. But now with Maltbot, the potential is that you guys are going to be on a social media platform, not even creating. You guys are just going to be, not I'm saying you guys, I'm talking about the general public.
Just watching.
You're just going to be the consumer. Yeah, you're not going to be posting anything. These bots are going to be posting content. These bots are going to be posting comments, and the general public are just going to consume.
It's crazy. Reddit got caught doing that right before their IPO. I think, 2 years ago? Year and a half ago? They got caught where a lot of the conversations that were taking place in a lot of those Reddit threads were basically just bots trying to keep the conversation going. Gaslight, the bots were literally gaslighting people. So eventually it's going to get to the point where you're not gonna, if you can at least trust a quarter of the shit that you saw on the internet today, it's going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to trust anything unless there's some kind of two-way factoring between you and the person you're connecting with to authenticate that the person who you're talking to is actually real on the other side.
Yeah, or you see them putting stuff behind a paywall,
right?
Or like exclusive features and whatnot. Eventually, I personally believe that social media is not going to be free anymore.
I'm gonna tell y'all how they got me. This is for the fellas, man. I don't know, ladies, y'all probably, this ain't gonna apply to y'all. If y'all go to a website called Script Chat, you know what I'm saying? This is my personal life. Script Chat, make a membership. We see live models, okay? They ask you put your credit card number in there, all that, make a username. Okay, wait a minute. So under that term of agreement, I just press accept. You know, I'm just going about my business. I think I watched probably 50 models within the month. Okay, I just got a bill. I got charged $28. And they were telling me I got an ongoing dispute. They're trying to tell me after 50 models within a month, watching free. I'm not paying, not sending tokens or nothing. They automatically try to charge you $28, bro. So that right there, that's why I say you gotta read the term and agreements.
Bro.
But at the same time, he told the women to sign up too. He was like, "Yeah, y'all need to go ahead and sign up."
This nigga is a dirty ass nigga, bro.
That's like they got a tip at the internet strip club.
Yeah, you know what it is. If they sign up with his link, he gets a discount to be able to keep watching.
That's what he's like, yo, hold on. I'm trying to get 50 more models a month. Yeah, I'm
Right.
get 2 more.
Trying to corner this market on Clubhouse.
You gotta heads up. It's the shit crazy how they got me. Now they trying to charge me $28.
That ain't crazy how they got you, nigga. They scammed your ass. I mean, what you think you was gonna get on a site like that?
No, that's not even a scam.
Yeah, he signed up for it. Right.
You gotta be a complete fool to go on.
You agreed.
You gotta be a complete fool to put your credit card on some shit like strip club. You know that's a pop-up app. That's a pop-up app. Like that shit don't even.
That's the authentic website for live models. Strip club.
You think those models are really talking? You think the models are really talking to you, bro? Like they talking to 50,000 dudes at one time. You think they really talking to you?
No, they're bots are talking to him.
It's probably a dude.
Right. Thank you, G.
You been watching their videos. It's probably a whole dude.
Nah, he might know. You might be really talking to real models. Y'all gotta remember.
And real live
Hold on,
models.
hold on. Lisa, y'all remember? What's that? Hold on. Nah. Y'all remember the UFC dude? What's that motherfucker there?
Jake Paul?
Nah, the Romanian motherfucker. The black, white.
Oh, I know who you talking about. Yeah.
Remember him and his brother had all those women sit down and become internet models. So I'm just saying, I'm not defending him. I'm just saying, like, that is very possible. It's a lot of women out here that is.
You talking about Andrew?
That's more like a OnlyFans type of thing. Like them internet models. Like look up strip chat, bro. You'll see what that shit look like. Pop-up shit.
I'm not defending. Like, listen. From where I work at, you'd be surprised. There are older individuals and younger individuals that pay for this stuff. They really do. And you think it's a pop-up, but people really, people really, they find new ways to spend their money. This is why you can sell anything in America. Like that ass.
Consumerism is a thing.
Yeah, man, if you want to see titties on demand and you paying your subscription.
No, I'm trying to pay this subscription. It was a free account. I made a free account with a username that I had. It said I had to.
That's how they got your ass.
You made a free account. Say to put your credit card info in.
No, that's if you want to buy tokens, but I didn't buy no tokens.
So it ain't free because you gotta buy tokens to do something, do anything.
No, but you can watch the girls free. They have script for you do all that. But that's what I'm saying. I was just watching. I'm clicking the free ones and watching the free shit. Then they charged me saying that I reached the limit of 50 models within a month. So then they charged me 20. They tried to bill me my credit card $28.99. And
bro, why not actually go to a strip club? Like,
that's crazy.
Bro, why go to a strip club when you can find 50 different ones that you like? So why? And then think about it. He get the $28 that he's spending. You got to throw that on one stripper. Think about it. Like,
seriously, you can really throw anything in a strip club. It's up.
You're telling me virtual shit.
I'm just telling like this nigga get to see 50 bitches.
Y'all go to a strip club, y'all ain't 10 bitches? That's crazy.
That's why I said like. So you wouldn't. It would make sense if you want to see unlimited women. Listen, but you got to think. You want to see unlimited women. To see 50 plus models, you can't do that in a strip club unless it's a different set of women every day. I love women's.
Bro, I'm still out there. There are women that you can't tell.
That's why that nigga not paying for it.
That's right.
But he paid.
They took that shit off my card, and I'm disputing that shit. I want my $28 back.
You mentioned that card.
I mean, this is another part.
You mentioned that cost of the credit card. You mentioned that cost of the credit card company. So I signed up for
It's better to use,
virtual strip club,
and they didn't give me my product.
and they didn't give me the 50 models I asked for.
Listen though, but technically,
My real bank account.
but listen, technically he's on the right thing. When you're using one of those websites, you are supposed to use a credit card. But you little do people know, a lot of people don't have credit cards, so they use their bank account with their debit card. And since they use their bank account with your debit card, so now you fucked up your access to your money because you want to be on freakynigga.com, and now you ain't got no credit card. I mean debit card.
Yeah, freakyniggas.com. We got all kinds of niggas. Freaky niggas. Wild niggas.
But listen again, he did tell y'all to sign up, ladies that's in the room. He's trying to
I'm telling you, he's trying to get that discount. He's trying to get that referral code.
You better pay somebody out here for that.
Yeah. He's trying to get that referral code.
That nigga he's still not trying to pay the $28. He was like, I'm gonna do about 48 bitches. It's
Yeah, you gotta stop at 48, 49. Shit. And
Hey, yo, Mango, when you was watching these chicks on your desktop there, did you have chicken wings with you?
Yeah, I watched it on my phone.
Shit, on your phone. How did that work? Eating chicken wings and watching that shit on your phone?
No, I don't be eating no damn chicken wings, bro. I just be watching. Hey, nigga, watch it. You know, they got Russian women on it.
Yeah, what dialect?
They got Ukraine women.
Oh man, you look at that poor.
This nigga, freaky nigga, man.
Oh, they had all countries on it. When I click that little country and it say type BBW.
Hold on, my bad. Hey, Puff Man, I gotta change the website. We were on the wrong website. FreakyEuropeans.com.
FreakyEuropeans.com. That's right.
.com.
Damn, I'm looking at this shit. This is a website full of hackers and shit.
Well,
They got some shit called the Bug Bounty Program. Enlist the help of the hacker community at HackerOne to make sure so that shit being hacked. Yeah, they got you.
Man, them niggas in every month, that card that I use on file.
They got an advertisement trying to get hackers to come make this shit better.
They taking $28 from my
Yeah, they basically they recruiting the hackers to beat the hackers.
But it's all good. Hey, it's worth it though, cause you can still get your shit off, watch the video. It's free. So shit.
Oh my God.
Bro, that man said, what he said, let's cross and all that shit the other day. I know he ain't lying.
I'm listening to Miranda, right?
I remember Let's Cross when they cracked down on Backpage. That's the only reason I had to navigate my talents to elsewhere.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to the weed on Backpage. They definitely, but shit, all that other shit though, I ain't gonna lie, boy, you playing in a risky business. Basically in the underworld. Might need to get some help, my boy.
Wow. Shit, people open up on this motherfucking dog.
I guess the good thing about it, we don't got to see each other in real life. So you just open up over here. I'm about to find this other video y'all was talking about. Say, Yahoo dropped 2 new videos.
I heard
See, this still ain't we go. Yeah, because I mean, the first 2, I'm like, damn, bro, they really think people. I mean, it's a lot of people that's gonna sit there and eat it up. Like, yeah, that shit is 100% real. But like, I don't know, bro.
Did they say he showed up in public with somebody?
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Yeah, but them first two definitely was fake. Like I say, look at that cup of coffee he had. It was full all the way to the top. He waving it around, shaking the cup, drinking out the cup, and the shit never spilled, never got no empty or nothing. Second video, you can see the part in his hair. That shit like kind of moving. You know what I'm saying? Because they say with AI, they can never get the hair all the way right. Because they look at the hair as a whole. Like I said, we got like millions of strands of hair on the head, and it's too much for AI to.
Also, AI can't spell on videos. It's crazy.
Right, it can't spell anything. Just the letters will come out looking like another character or some shit.
It just can't spell. No matter how much you try to prompt it to spell and spell check, it can't do it. That's why I look at it. Yeah, I was gonna say the first thing I look at two things, and the first one they started to get a little better at. I look at hands and feet. First things I look at. Then I look at if there's any words on the screen. I look at the words.
Do you know why hands are such a conflict for AI?
No.
Okay, has it occurred to you, majority of our animated series only depict humans with 3 hands?
3 fingers?
Yeah, 3 fingers. Thank you.
You know what? Subconsciously, yes. I would say I've registered that subconsciously, but not directly actually thought of it.
So when it takes into account all of the images of humans in hands, because whenever some animation depicts humanity, it should depict humanity. They only have 3 fingers. People are cool with that. Like when you talk about The Simpsons, Futurama, Family Guy,
Yeah.
like American Dad, all of those things. So it's conflicted because it has an yeah.
You know the difference is AI. That's right. I thought also that AI, the reason why people look at AI the way they do when there's images, because it's something that is like naturally in our mind, and it's something that's supposed to be realistic. You want it to be realistic. We know the cartoons are cartoons, but if I see an image of myself,
yeah, it's almost like the shit you see.
Also, theology, the study of human movement, is that what that is?
Yes, sir.
I look at that too. How their body moves versus whether or not that proports to like how our natural bodies actually move, if that makes sense. Because it has a hard time nailing down actual body movements. And if there are other people in the background, I look at the people in the background, not the people in the foreground, because generally the people in the background are shit lazy. People in the background, just like on cartoons, they all doing the same fucking thing.
It would take robotic,
Like NPCs.
it would
What
take.
is it called?
I'll continue.
I was gonna say, what is it called when sport athletes, when they put those little that motion sensor?
Yeah, that's actually that's what I was just thinking about. That's called mocap.
Yeah, man. So when they did that back then, like 2010, whatever year that was, with all the NBA players, they ain't really been having to do it since then. Like they pretty much did that for all the, they basically been updated from there.
But look who owns the motion capture software. EA Sports more than likely owns it.
Oh, mocap.
When you look at the reason,
Okay.
yeah, look at the reason why they did that. It's so that they could have more accurate video games.
Oh yeah, the NBA live dribbling was fucking
This is
nasty.
This is why I'm very big and prominent on sports being the main component that drives things. It drives our society. Yeah, but remember, sports is mini war, so you need a little mini war. So the soldiers used to be the experiment, but instead of as soon as we ended like World War I, World War II, professional sports actually became bigger, and through professional sports, we were introduced to sports medicine. The sports medicine is still a new study.
Burgeoning field, yeah.
Yeah, so sports medicine turns into practical medicine. So so whatever is done on the athletes turns out to be utilized by the population.
Yeah.
So how do you experiment on the mass amount of people? You get the highest, the people with the highest athletic gifts. This is why you see people from different races and creeds that participate. So it's like
the creed if you love.
Oh, you're right. You might shut up.
Yeah.
So you see people from just different ethnicities. And
there you go. Hey, the fact that we all bought in on that.
And then once you see the finished product from the studying, we get like different medicines, different inventions and products that assist people. Like for example, like Copperfit or some shit. Because the first time Copperfit was being introduced, it was like to athletes and compression.
Yeah, that's true.
And now everybody and their grandmother got Copperfit.
Brett Favre was using that shit. He was a sponsor of that shit, wasn't he? Brett Favre.
Yeah, so he had to figure out another way to steal money, so he had to get that one first.
He had to offset.
And it makes sense. The university, you say this last thing, why the universities love the student athletes? Because you remember, universities are big on research.
So off of research,
exactly.
They were defined about how many articles they release, like how often they do that shit. That's how they make them.
So it makes sense with bigger universities, the bigger sports programs have bigger sports medicine programs. The bigger sports medicine programs, the better athletes those schools can produce, and then those universities can sell those and those.
So. Like something that goes without like saying, HBCUs they're not research schools mostly, and so their funding reflects that.
Yeah, and that shit takes so much out of your staff, your faculty rather.
It's the unspoken part about spoiler, like the Big Bang Theory. They work at a research academy, and this is why they don't have to teach. You know what I'm saying? They literally just do independent research. They don't talk about that in Big Bang, but that's what they do, those guys.
Oh.
They're the research arm of the academy they work at, or the university they work at.
Oh, that's how they free up the space for the staff.
Yeah.
So now are those guys going to be? They're not going to be the first name on the study. Are they going to be like, you know what I mean?
Depends on how much money they've put into that one particular research.
Because you want your faculty, the weight comes from faculty being first names.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to date this.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm theorizing, right? But I used to date this girl. She was they call it BME, biomedical engineering and shit like that. Anyway, she wrote this like dope ass research paper that ended up getting published in a major journal. And her professor straight up took her first slot. It was her study. It was her shit. And her professor like just threw his name on number one because she was her student. She was his student.
And then the professor gives it to the university. So everybody says,
well, actually, I wrote this nice, kind letter over to that professor, and he ended up coming off of that shit.
Oh, I bet it had a very professional letterhead on it.
Mm-hmm. It did, and he ended up coming off of that shit too.
Very nice, very nice.
On second thought, damn, you're right. I'm sorry. Goodness gracious, what was I thinking? Yeah, I think I'm on plagiarism. Yeah.
And the legal ramifications that can come from intellectual property.
Just advising, my profits rising.
It's not entirely it's theft. Don't get me wrong. I believe that did he try to state something to the effect of, well, nobody knows you. And so, it's not, no one's going to entertain it if your name is
That
first.
was the effect, right? Because he thought that she was just a regular student, and nobody knows this student. And I've probably done this a billion times before. I know other students called me out on it. Hold on.
Top off that coffee. I got you.
It's random, but hey, what record label is Sauce Walker?
No, because that professor needed that, like, again, the pressure was high on those instructors to have their shit published. And they wanted them published at the top of the study, not in the middle of a study, not number two. Number two wasn't good enough. You're a contributor. From 2 on down, you're a contributor.
His tenure was in question.
Yeah, so he had to. He was trying to do what he had to do. I'm like, not like that though, bro. Not like that though. Maybe find another student. The problem is, like, that girl, her fucking shit. Well, that shit was dope as hell. She wrote the fuck out of that goddamn paper. Like it was like a paradigm shifting study that she did. I forgot what it was. I couldn't understand half that shit.
Damn, what we talking about now? I fucking got a call.
Sports medicine. But we can go back to wherever y'all were talking.
No. Yeah.
All right. I'm good.
So is there any merit behind people saying Trump is signaling that he wants to leave, or is this just like internet rumor?
Last Monday, he came out and he said a whole bunch of things to the effect of the war was either almost over or in its final moments.
Yeah, I caught that part. But is there any like direct like, hey, I'm really, when they tell me I'm trying to pull out and shit?
I don't think you need any more than that, to be frank with you. Like, why would he preeminently like tell us that it's over if he wasn't himself looking for the door?
For a way out.
That's some shit that I would. That's some shit that I would do. It's just like this. All of this is over now. Where's the door? I'm leaving. Like, I don't care what y'all do after I leave.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. We won. We did what we got sought to do.
Yeah.
Which was
spend $12 billion. My goal was to spend $12 billion in 2 weeks, and I did.
Oh, cool. Okay. Thank you. Somebody finally said something that makes sense.
I was trying to beat a new record. Well, previously, I've only spent $11 million in 2 weeks, so, go big or go. I go big and I go.
I go big and go home.
I think it had something to do with the fact that oil is out of control.
The bets are down, man.
Yeah, and the fact that the same thing that kind of happened with Brexit now happened to the United States. So, if you recall, the UK entered into Brexit or exited from Brexit, or however you want to look at it. The guys that, once they did that, they would retain their trading partners internationally, they would retain their allies, they would retain dominance over the world that they spent 500 years conquering. And the moment they left the EU, they lost all of their trading partners. And so economically, they're kind of struggling right now when it comes to imports, exports, global trade economics and stuff like that. That's the UK. The United States literally just did the same thing, only doing what we do. So, the UK, they're imperialists, they are the colonizers, they go places, they seize assets. What we do is we do the same thing, but we do that with the military force, we do that with military presence. And so we tried to do that. And in the past on this stage, you've told me that the United States, or I've told you, the United States never enters into a war by themselves. We always have somebody. We always have the UK, Australia, Germany, Canada, France. This is who we typically go into a situation with. But with the closing of the Strait of Hormuz, all of our allies, well, most of our allies in the European region, the UK, the Germany, the France, they don't have fuel like that unless they go to Russia to get it. Like, they don't have the fuel in their immediate disposal to be able to agree to go to war. So he's just sitting there with its ass out, demanding that people healthcare. He shut off their resources to be able to help them. And, you know, like, what's the world supposed to do? Like, I don't think that Donald Trump is very well versed in American history, to be frank with you, because he would know you don't piss. If you're planning to go to war, you don't piss off all the people that you would go to war with. And I'm laying there. And thank you. Yes, my PTR is hilarious.
Hey, so you know, like the European
point that I made a couple of minutes ago before I had to leave the stage real quick, but
so like the UK, this is a bad analogy, but it's kind of the same. It's like a state like California or Texas deciding to leave the United States because the European Union was created in the aspect is like it's supposed to mimic the federal government. So it's like all of those nations combined into becoming the European Union. It's kind of just saying like the United States of America, but it's just European.
We mimicked that, yeah. The United States is a mimic of the EU. It's
no. The EU is a mimic of the United States.
Oh, I thought they kind of came to the conclusion at the same time that they wanted buffer states to protect them in there.
Nah, that came after. So remember, the EU is still a new concept.
Okay.
That was created, and then the English only. Well, the UK decided to join because it was like, you know, they still had that supreme power. So they're still thought the United Kingdom, we should be able to leave if we want to. You know, who wouldn't want to trade with us?
Something that kind of like put a blinder over their eye is the fact that they still maintain European dominance. Like Belize, for example, Belize still has the king, the queen on their money. There are other nations that still do that. So they're vassal states. They were going to rely more heavily on their vassal states.
Commonwealths.
Right. And no, those people are also looking for some semblance.
well, that like you said already, that has to do with how they treated them in the past. Like you can't just treat people like dog shit and then turn around and ask them for a handout. Like that's not how it works.
Like, I didn't mean to punch you. You can punch me back if you want to.
But don't be surprised if I punch you in the face, though.
But don't be surprised if I punch you back, though. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you sorry in advance. But if you punch me back, I might punch you again. But do remember, I said I'm sorry.
Yes, that's basically.
Let me show you how sorry I am by giving you a data set. Show me your freshwater tributary.
Exactly.
You want to make your citizens' bills higher? Come on, guys. You know you
trying to make some more fees off of your people.
You want to increase, what's the problem that people be psychologically? Yeah, let's just fuck with people's mental health so we can give them more medicine to take.
I did a research, and I did a little bit of research, and long story short, I don't think it's coincidental that we're at war with pretty much the last few nations on the planet that are still controlled by like their indigenous populations, like the people who were there first. Like, if you look at the history of Asia, most of those countries are colonized, and if you look at current events, the ones that we're fighting now are the non-colonized ones.
All right, that's exactly why I've been saying, like, the colonial expansion and the transatlantic wars, they've never ended. Like, we like to, slavery ended, yada, yada, all that narrative. But even Israel, like, it's just a one-on-one copy continuation of Australia, New Zealand, America, South Africa. It's just another colonial expansion by the book. So it's like, how can we say that colonialism ended when it's clearly on a continuous path forward still?
Gang, you know you my nigga, but you know it's your fault.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm an honest liar, like Trump. Like, tell you what it is while we doing it.
Nah, I'm talking about the fucking Dutch, not just you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we invented this shit.
It was like, hold on, y'all, I'm gonna give me some clean next so I can clean you guys up.
But when you go back and look at it, it's either you conquer or be conquered. And I can definitely see a situation to where the dominoes started falling, And everybody was just like, well, I need to show that I'm with the shits, so I'm just going to take over these villages over here, and I'm going to occupy them.
Why are you apologizing to beating me up at the same time? I'm confused.
Just deal with it.
Basically,
you had a lot of confederacies, and this is what you were saying, Ari, that I think that is the situation right now. These confederacies were, independent states or cities, independent city-states that formed these nations that are now not colonized yet because they formed a bond, like blood bonds or whatever, tribal, interconnected nations. How do you say that, man? Contracts, right?
Yeah.
So they became independent by themselves.
And one of them that caught me off guard that's recently in the news is Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is a country right now where its base population controls it, like it's indigenous. The people who have been there from the beginning, they control it right now. Now all of a sudden they're in the news. And like 20 years ago, when they were showing us supposed images of Kazakhstan with Borat,
you think that was done for a reason though? Because now I'm thinking about Borat, and then Borat came to America. Nah, bro, it's predictive programming.
Bruh, exactly. Now you look at Kazakhstan, you can't even find this guy's supposed village. You know what I'm saying? They've got these monuments that are beautiful as fuck, brand new infrastructure, brand new everything, right? And now they're on the world stage, but we find out that they're an indigenous population. They're a group of individuals that they control, like they've been there from the start, they control their shit. Now they're on the world stage. What are they going to do? And they're not the only one. There's, I think I found like 5: Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan. I think there's like 2 more that I'm overlooking right now. These are in Asia, effectively the only places that are not quote unquote like colonized right now.
Places former Yugoslavia.
Yeah. So something else that I learned, there are key inflection points in when a lot of power changed hands. The biggest one in history is 1947. So as I was going down my list, 1947 solidified colonialization right there. All the nations prior to 1947, they had some semblance of equality between all of their people. Following 1947, the people who are in charge now were put in charge. None of them were like
I can tell you
the original inhabitants. And then there was another one in 1991 as well, and that's the one that we were just talking about, the fall of the Iron Curtain, the changing hands of the USSR. That saw land go back to its original owners, and this is what Ukraine and Russia and Georgia and Belarus and all of it, and all of the Crimea, like this, that's what all of that shit was like based on.
I blame all of this shit on King George. After he died, and then nobody, and even though he wasn't even supposed to be the king, but it's his fault. Him and his freaky brother, and then eventually his daughter ended up taking the throne and held control of the world for 70 years. But it was him and his freaky brother, Edward.
Anyway, I don't think anything is going to change. I don't think that there's enough independent people, independent nations that can fight all of the different colonizers. I'm not certain if that's going to work out.
So either we join this, the America become the new colonizer
We're
of
already
the world.
joined, like we're already part of it.
No, but more places is gonna be part of the United States of America. See, Mexico is already United States, so we ain't gotta worry about them. That's just an off-brand version. They the Spanish Americans.
Well, so is Canada, and I think it's funny. The whole thing with Canada, everyone was just like, "Oh, we lost Canada. Canada's blah blah. You know, we fucked up Canada." Man, Canada was the first and probably the only nation that literally said, when they were asked, "Are you going to engage with the United States in war?" Canada was like, "Listen, we're going to stand by our allies." And every time I've heard that, that means that we are 2 weeks or sooner from being able to deploy soldiers. Just tell us when to go. Like, so Canada's about that shit. Sheinbaum in Mexico, I think that's a very peculiar kind of setup because there's a literal like half Jew as the president of Mexico right now, and so I really don't know what to make of it.
And remember, the U.S. and Canada still has the world's largest open border.
Yes, we
Like, so if we beefing with them, it don't make no sense.
Well, wait, y'all saying y'all don't got beef with Canada?
not like that. Yeah,
It's like it's clubhouse beef.
yeah.
Like friendly beef, like neighbor beef.
Yeah,
How you mock each other because you're neighbors, but you really like.
we were really fucking with each other. Like, don't fuck with my neighbor.
Like you, only I can say that shit because I'm
Basically.
Man, I wonder if the Canadians feel that way though.
The people
They got no so much.
right. The government, though, you gotta look at where they probably get a lot of their military funding, a lot of their military assets. And the United States and Canada have a partnership when it comes to the development of military. So they're not gonna be too estranged for very long.
No niggas got a baseball team?
Yes, they do.
A soccer team?
Yeah.
So we share with them. We even share with Mexico. Like, if you really don't fuck with somebody, you don't share nothing with them.
Yeah, so the northern border, they provide power. They still, even through all of that, even through thick and thin, even through all the conflict, Canada never once turned off power to the northern occupants of the United States. That tells you what it is. Don't let the media hype shit up that ain't real. Like, Canada knows who's gonna protect. Trying to get that oil. Oh. That's my favorite Dave Chappelle segment. Black Bush, even to this day, is still fucking relevant.
Hell yeah. And that woman acting about that whole, oh, what you trying to have a bitch?
What you trying to have a bitch? Bitch, what you talking about? They knock the glass over, the whole cabinet fucking scatters.
Yeah, that's a classic show right there. Man.
The United States has hundreds of allies globally ready to fight. Like who? Bitch, what you talking about? Like who? Japan is selling stations.
The yellow cake. Oh man.
Don't drop that shit. Don't drop that shit.
So wait, but hey, I can't find any news on this, but y'all said Trump is considering pulling out of Iran, right?
Last Monday, he made a global fucking press release that stated, his words were, the war is over. So that was last Monday, maybe Sunday night, Monday or whatever. But yeah, that's what he said. The war is over. It's pretty much done. When he gave his address, and I think simultaneously he was also pissed off at people that they didn't put the SAVE Act or something into play.
Can I make one random statement? If we ever have a chance, I need to talk about the Afro Man court case, because that shit is fucking hilarious. But yeah, back to normal, normal thing. But check out the Afro Man case. It's great.
That shit's weird. It's crazy. A couple days ago, Trump did say like we were about to hit them. He said today we're going to hit them with something that's never been seen on the face of this earth. Shit, I ain't heard nothing else about it. Today Wednesday.
Kindness.
B2 Bomber Midnight. He said it too.
What you talking about? Hit him with kindness?
It's pretty words. He must hit him with attack the bullets. I didn't hear about nothing crazy there. He said that day, I think that was probably Monday. He said we were gonna hit him with something that's never been seen before.
He might as well have just said, we're going to summon all of the strengths of Gabriel's angels to rain down around them. It's a force that no one has seen for at least 2,000 years. We've learned how to harness it. We can harness all of the power of the angels to rain down
And the dragon. Don't forget the
dragons. Yeah, well, the dragons are the secret weapon. Don't talk to them about the dragon. They don't need to know about that.
No Draco. Okay, fine. Fine.
It is the secret cover-up of the discombobulator. It's what the discombobulator really is. It's angel.
All the L's. Gabriel, Michael, the L.
All of them. We got all of them on payroll.
Just don't stand under it. A. Crazy. But they got the original Draco, Lady Gaga. Her last name is Germanata. Her family founded Germany. That's why they had her at the Super Bowl crowning Bad Bunny. But hey, who's looking?
You know, if we don't get assistance, I feel very strongly that this is going to turn into an atomic or nuclear escalation if nobody comes to the United States as aid.
Well, wait, in what sense? You mean that America is going to escalate the situation?
In many ways, I feel like the last 10 years of actions that we've done, well, how long has Ukraine and Russia been fighting? That's been, 5 years now? So I can go back to 5 years. Sending off our armament to Ukraine, giving all of the armament and bombardments to Israel and wherever else we've given them to. If news reports are accurate that we don't have armament like bombs, rockets, etc., I can't help but think that that's intentional. Like, we spend more than the next 5 nations combined when it comes to creating military aid and all of these things. I can't help but think that they would let their supply get low in some aspects unless they wanted to, use other parts of their armament.
Yeah. So America is escalating into a nuclear war.
That's how it looks to me. You're not going to be able to Google that in documents, and I don't want anybody to.
No, I'm not saying that. You made that claim, but you're not the first to speculate on that, right? So there's people all over the world that are speculating that this is a realistic option, right? But then again, if you look at the chain of events, this is something that was not. Like it comes from somewhere, and it's a decision that was made. And when you look at the motivation behind it, then let's say that it comes to a nuclear attack, like this was 100% avoidable. Like what the fuck is what are we doing it?
Completely avoidable.
What if they don't care about nobody and they just want the great exit?
Well, so there have been all these stories about the religious aspect of all of this, right? The holy war aspect. And if you analyze the actions that have been taken, specifically by the Department of War, it really historically rings in harmony with a death cult. And in that sense, yeah, it does sound like they are looking to reach that goal, ritually or otherwise.
Like, for example, we didn't make landfall in mainland Japan because death tolls were estimated to be in the millions. Now, if you go back and do some digging, that's not entirely accurate. Like, they had created a model in which every Japanese citizen was a vicious war-fighting tyrant shogun who was going to give their life for their nation and fight to the fight, but that's not who the Japanese people were by and large. Like the innocent ones in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that wasn't who they were. The reality is when you look at how the Soviet Union was moving across Asia, Soviet Union had taken so many small nation states, they were expanding and they were moving south into China. China was at the time
one of our allies. And so the dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki served two purposes. It stopped Japanese movement across the Pacific, and while simultaneously stopped Soviet oppression across Asia. Soviets stopped moving after we dropped the atomic bomb. And that's why we chose to do it. There was no landfall. There was no millions of casualties that the Japanese were going to ensue. None of that shit. It's like we were looking to kill two birds with one stone. And this is a comparable setup. Like how things are going right now is a comparable setup right now. So I don't know. History repeats itself. It usually does it in 3.
I feel like this bullshit been going on every planet certain entities land on. This shit is so old.
Yeah, those certain entities, they've been
doing this shit. Go on a star, fucking drain the energy out, then jump to the exit and go to another one.
Project Stargate and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What it feels like to me. Everybody think everybody else is the problem. And then they don't have to go in the war themselves because everybody's too busy fighting each other. They be like, look, he did. They slap somebody and they be like, look, he did it. And then they be like, who, me? You slapped me. And they be like, yeah, look, he slapped you. And then they go slap each other. And meanwhile, they're fucking planning something else over there.
Oh man, you should learn. You should hear some of these proverbs that they have in Europe about certain people. I'm not gonna name anything, but it kind of coincides with the description.
That's what I see all the time. Like it's and it's crazy how all that old shit still works. I'm like, we all gotta be done by now. Like this is just. People chasing money for distraction. I'm like, yeah, they dangling money in your face like that shit really exists. Like it really means something. What they saying is go find something to fight for and go over there with it while we do something over here. This shit's old.
You really think about how crazy it is to drop an atom bomb on the population. That shit is kind of crazy, man. Like we hear it, you know what I'm saying? We see the videos. Think about it, bro. That's some fucking psychopathic type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much
Two of them, bro. Like not just one of them.
Wasn't that long? It ain't even been 100 years.
Hey, but shout out to Spain though. No, just shout out. I was planning to move there, but now I'm not so sure. I might have to switch Spain out for Portugal instead.
Oh, so you want to go from one to the next? Oh, okay. Let me go from racist A to racist B.
Right, that's what he does. Yeah, he's a pirate.
He's Dutch, so he's used to it. The Europeans get each other, so I don't know what I'm talking about. My bad, Kane.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
They're not even real Europeans.
I mean, like,
they want to be just like us.
everybody want to be the American.
They want to be, yeah. They show off and tell us they could travel to each country like easily. And you know how stupid we are? Be like, man, you know, well, like, y'all can get to drive to and fly to each state the same way too. You can get on Amtrak and go to another state too. Yeah, it'll be wild. Well, not in here. I'm just saying in general.
Crazy. Infiltrating all the nations and stuff like that. People with Italian freaking noses talking about their full-on Seminole Cherokee, and you can see they got like Macedonian bodies. And I'm like, yo, y'all, who y'all fooling? Fucking what? 3 100% blood drop on you.
And then they start laughing about how can somebody that's brown be a pharaoh or a Jesus or an Indian?
This is like nuts.
In 100 years, they gonna say that Palestine was.
But they're doing the same thing with Haiti. There's like Argentinians and all kinds of people with South Florida, and they want to impress me by speaking like certain languages. And I'm like, bro, your people came over there. You don't really have a connection to that land, because when it's time to pop off, that land don't know you. That's a whole conversation. Like, they think just because you're born somewhere that's who you are. It's a connection to the oil of the land, the trees, the vegetation, everything you consume. Like, I don't understand how we got that far in losing connection. That makes me be like, where the fuck do people think? I don't know. Whatever. I guess.
I think that we're all afraid that AI is going to do something sinister and diabolical. I don't think humanity is going to live long enough to see that reality. I think that humanity is going to destroy itself before AI gets that far in advance.
I think the whole thing is on some weirdo shit. Like, it's the same way the people who put their blood, sweat, and tears and working outside, and they're like, oh yeah, you doing bum labor, oh yeah, you're lower class and you're not making any money, but then they live until they're like 90, 80 years old because they're outside getting the sun, and the people inside the buildings on the computer that sit on the people that's outside, they got bad knees, they got fucking bad health, their fucking back is fucked up from sitting in the chair, and then they pop shit and down on people. It's like, I really look at this shit and I'm like, man, we're really sad. Crazy.
Collectively.
You think that's what it is?
I think that humanity feels like it's the only intellectual thing out there. It's just like, imagine how an only child kind of interacts with itself, and then imagine how it interacts with the world around it. And that the humanity is an only child right now. And that's why it's creating AI. It's creating an imaginary friend.
They talk about these astronauts and how they realize, the shit is stupid because they're able to see stuff from an overview, and then they get this overview effect and they realize all the fighting on Earth is stupid because they see all the lands connected and the way the water is. But I'm like, damn, you gotta go all the way into what they say is space for you to finally get that. You gotta spend all those years of training, learning Russian, even when they tell you that we were the first on the moon. They use a Russian Soyuz capsule, and all these astronauts have to spend 2 years learning Russian to learn how to operate and troubleshoot these Russian engines. Like, we really bought that. And then you did all that studying and you went wherever they said space was just to say that shit? Damn. I started to think we're like really dumb.
Now we are. The more technology we use to access our culture globally, the dumber that we become individually.
We got some kind of dumb. It's just like, oh, who invented this? Who invented, like, what you mean? The ultimate creator created everything that we needed that could go back into the earth. Now you want to talk about some new renewable energy and green carbon fucking stupid shit, green energy. And I was like, well, the creator gave you green. They gave you green plants, green grass, like fucking palm trees. And you're like, no, we gotta go green. Well, then what was around us that you freaking set fire to create these concrete buildings? I just be sitting here sometimes, and I just be like, man, we gotta be a new kind of slow.
That's precisely what we are. Like humanity at one point, humanity could go into a wooded area and come out with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we go into an area, we'll come out with some clothes, a spear, a bow, some arrows.
We go into an area, make a house and everything.
Right, yeah, we might not come back out. You know what I'm saying? We might get caught.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You know what? I like this little pack.
I have a tree. I got some plots over there. Yeah, I'm sure. But now humanity, we can't do that. So yeah, in many ways, humanity is more technologically advanced. But the more you advance technologically, the dumber you kind of become. Yeah.
That's the crazy part. And then it's like it's just so crazy. Like somebody, like they were like, oh yeah, biochemistry. And I was like, even the name biochemistry doesn't fucking make sense, because you have to use biology as a baseline foundation to justify modifying molecules and putting shit together that don't go together for real to make chemistry. Like, you've been doing chem bio, you've been doing biochem, you've been messing with stuff that don't belong together. You've been doing it. I remember I got a C in chemistry class in high school, and it was when they were teaching empirical formulas and stuff. And when I was learning this, I was like, this don't make no sense at all. And y'all want me to learn significant figures, and it's supposed to be for irrational numbers. And I'm like, well, if it's not rational, why are you making me learn it? I remember thinking that stuff. Like, y'all really wasted my time checking into school, like an actual place of education, and y'all tried to make me dumber. Like, I came to Earth with knowledge of my ancestors. Like, we're the evolution of the people, of the two nuts that came together. This lady nutted, this man nutted, came together, fused together, made me. The evolution of their people. So you're telling me I didn't come to Earth with no knowledge? What I'm talking about?
What are you talking about?
Well, if you listened, you would have heard. So you got it.
Hey, G, you got an open mic. I'm sorry, we would like to listen, but I don't think it's... Yeah, talk louder, G.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Are we all actually listening? Anyone?
Yeah, niggas really listening.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch the tea.
Yeah, that's
Blue, it's a listening app. I don't know what you want from me.
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Fuck was off mute.
Oh, the whole time, we got all of it. Welcome back to the next episode of Hotwired.
God damn it.
I was trying to listen to all of it. I was trying to listen to all of it. I don't know what the...
And nigga G was trying to get the scoop. He's like, hey, put me in with the DA real quick.
Yeah,
Me before everybody else.
Man, I've just been lazy. I was trying to catch him while I was in court, but I gotta go over there.
Hey, oh, you think it was questions that Venezuela shit? What we talking
I
about?
wasn't gonna say shit. Y'all some
Yeah. Oh, that Venezuela beat the U.S. Hey, yo. No, but because look, the irony in it, you know. The irony is, no, fuck the gematria. The irony is that Trump actually went after Venezuela a couple of months ago, and then these niggas beat the fuck out of us yesterday. But they also beat Japan. They beat both teams that was supposed to win.
Oh, do you remember Japan beat us? A couple of years?
That was a couple of years ago, but the finals was supposed to be U.S. versus Japan, and even Italy. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember that he brought up Italy and brought up, Christopher Columbus being Italian, but people don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know this. The winner is always supposed to be the city that has the most amount of, that needs the most money.
They got the oil too. Remember, Venezuela got all that oil, so they was hiding that shit over there, and now they win against the USA. Like, that's not a...
Bro, this is not big funny, kid.
It's like they mocking us, bro. That shit is fucking insane.
Hey, Bobby, you sound crazy.
Why do I sound crazy?
No, your mic got
all distorted.
That's what I was
my fault. I was like, let's fucking just be funny. I was talking.
He was ready to be like, what niggas?
I was just like, how's that crazy when niggas talking about something he's grasping at straws? Nah, my boy said that yesterday though. I was like, man, because we went to a gallery show with one of our friends, and after we went to go eat and shit, that's on the TV. I'm like, oh shit, the game on. Sorry, I didn't even know it was on today. And I seen the team. It was like Venezuela made it. I thought DR would have made it. Japan, but I know Italy was fucking up the plans. But the USA also faltered. So like, I don't know. I don't think any American country, whether it be in the Caribbean or the Americas, beating us is surprising. Like, you got to watch a little bit of baseball, and then you can see, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense that they would have smacked us. Like, even if baseball is America's sport, like the Dominican Republic, if you look up how big it is as a country versus the U.S., the talent per like square mile is astronomical. Like, it doesn't even make any sense for that country to exist on that level.
Bobby, they got a whole mural. Have you been?
No, I haven't. But
yeah, they have a whole mural dedicated to all of their MLB fucking greatness, and it's fucking beautiful. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture real quick. I want a couple of.
Bet. No, I'm knowing though, like my friends from Boston and Lawrence and shit like that. All baseball, all day, and like, man, the culture is rich for that. So I don't think you should be surprised if we ever lose in a baseball exhibition to a South American country or a Caribbean country.
Because that nation makes all the baseballs.
Do they really? I have no idea.
Yes, they're the only ones with the top level precision. If you look at the accuracy of how those baseballs are made, they're the only country that can do it.
I know that. I don't really like baseball in the first place, so I would have never known. But that's a crazy fact, and the fact that DR are so like prolific at baseball, and the beef on that island, like you would think that if one country's making the baseballs, the other ones are hitting them, it would be like some synergy going on. But I don't know, pretty and all that stuff.
So you saying that the United States baseball industry is sourcing their baseballs from Haiti?
All of them.
Even though Raleigh is made out in Pennsylvania, the main
baseball
motherfucking
Pennsylvania used to be a part of the Haitian Empire. You can look everything up that I said.
I'm just asking you a question because the main one that they source their baseballs from is out of Pennsylvania. So where are you getting that?
Everyone in Haiti knows this. Everyone down there.
I'm not in fucking Haiti. That's why I'm
That's why I'm telling you, sir. You're not getting mad at me.
I did Google it. That's why I know what I'm saying. Bullshit.
Get past his Palantir filter. He can't get back. Like he needs to have that different
So I asked you or something.
Google the anti-American search bar.
Their baseballs from Haiti. It says no. Professional Major League Baseball players will not get their baseballs from Haiti anymore.
Least to America.
Since 1987. Rawlings has manufactured official MLB baseball in Costa Rica.
American Google is pro-Americanized. Like you can't get any anti-American information out there anymore. So they will moderate.
Y'all can just go back and
Can y'all stop ignoring that woman, please? Because she's answering both of y'all.
Motherfuckers are idiots.
No, the
Lisa said they used to be.
It's cool. They don't want the facts.
No, Lisa said they used to be, right? So used to, the facts are they did come from Haiti. Whether they do or not now is a different conversation, but they used to, and that's what this lady was reading. So if y'all would have given her that space, you would have heard that.
Yeah. And thank you for
sharing that, by the way.
You know, about
1987 is not that long ago.
She said we get all the baseballs from there now. Then when I asked, she said just look it up, like because like I'm not from fucking Haiti. This isn't common knowledge to the motherfucking United States.
No, I'm not saying anybody is more right than the other. I'm just saying that like parts of it were true, and she just made that apparent. Like I don't think it has to be that big. I don't keep on.
I can't wait till the opening day, though.
That's cheap labor. So that's pretty much like, you know.
Yeah, I noticed that every major sport opens internationally every year now.
Yeah, they play. How they play in Europe. Now this year I seen NFL been playing in Europe.
They play in Europe every year. There's new places in Europe they didn't play, but baseball they're going to start in Japan. Basketball starts internationally. The NFL starts like they all start internationally. I mean, everything's going global, so yeah. No, get it.
Which is why I don't really get like, the people that have billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, whatever, they're globalist, but our world is global. So like, trying to fight against that just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Especially if you have a passport, like talking about, I don't like globalism kind of sound.
Apparently, Haiti made damn near, at one point, they made damn near all their damn balls. And it was for cheap labor until 1990. And then they said they changed that shit up. That basketballs, all that shit, they was making all them over there, apparently.
Interesting.
Same reason a lot of people in Georgia and Alabama, Pennsylvania, Louisiana, they think that they're indigenous American, but they were under the Haitian Empire. A lot of people know that. The information is cut off because they don't want people to know what happened before 400 years ago. Like, it was kings and queens and Kemet and all that stuff. Like, we know this by now. We should. It's 2026. Like,
yeah, it said Spalding and Wilson. So pretty much like all of the United States sports companies, they was sourcing out cheap labor from Haiti in order to make the balls until 1990.
even so, they will have a pass-through American company to go through the Berry Amendment Act to show that everything is made here, and it's not. They will do like 80% of the main critical infrastructure production, and then they'll just do the nomenclature of the tagging of the name of on the ball or the lines on the ball or whatever, just to say that it's from here. It's all complete bullcrap.
It's not though, because it's still made in America.
It's still America. Like even Costa Rica, that's still America. Hey, bro, we not about to. Yeah, I'm about to say we don't gotta do that. We know geography.
Fucking Wilson basketball though. My question wasn't whether like they made Spalding or Wilson. I appreciate that, but my statement was, Wilson basketball is $100 now.
Yeah, I seen that.
What the fuck?
Like,
bro, you get a ball for less than a dub.
Yeah, you used to get 2 of them for like 100 exactly. And they used to be like 50 at the start of the pandemic. I shit you not. Remember buying one for like probably like 60 something.
Why is they going up that high?
The economy and tariffs.
T-shirts. You know.
All right, go ahead.
You know, the custom clothing, the T-shirts and stuff like that, they move all the manufacturing to Haiti where they make the shirts for 15 cents a piece while people still spending $7, $10 per shirt for custom clothing. It's the same shit. It's just, if you know, if you got access, you got access.
It's a game. The sports like certain sports is becoming a game for the elites. Only the elite children and parents that will be able to pay for these things have their children become greater athletes, which it has always been like that, but now it's next level.
Yeah, but I'm still posit that soccer and basketball, especially in inner cities like New York, are going to be cheap forever. Like, all you need for equipment is a ball, because you got to hoop everywhere. You got to field in most places. You can use 2 book bags as a goal. You know what I'm saying? So I hear you on like the training aspect and prep aspect for sure. Becoming a trainer, basketball, for sure.
Not for what I seen the competition increase, and I know because my cousin is a basketball coach in Iowa, the biggest basketball gym in the U.S. right now. They got basketball African League all over a couple of countries in Africa, the ones that are quote unquote more stable or more capitalistic friendly. I've gone to a couple of games. The NBA has permeated Africa and did a lot with people around in European and American countries financial level for talent and for capital gain, like literally. Because one of the main places they go is, of course, a place where they have the taller people. That where the average height is like 6'7", 6'5". I've been to them games.
Well, here in the States, we can all be honest. AAU traveling to these tournaments, they're not cheap. So they're becoming more and more expensive to be a part of these leagues, to trial and train them. It's a lot of money. So it's basically you're literally looking at things becoming only the super elite gonna have. And of course, there's natural raw talent, but then there's this service where you have to have the right amount of money to get far.
And what I'm saying is they opened up the competition to the whole entire continent of Africa. So the people in the NBA in the United States that think they are only competing against like middle schoolers and high schools that they've trained in these academies with, they're fucking wrong. Because now they're building international academies to play against U.S. players to gauge performance.
Yeah,
that's what
they call the farm. That's called the farm league. This is what you call farming. So you farm athletes. So this is why I say sports
is so crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's called farming. So you turn even in football. Football is becoming popular all around the world. Even in Jamaica, they're playing high school football now. So even in Europe, the European nations, they play football. Not just soccer, I meant to say American football. So now it's becoming popular where sports is such a money thing that you can put these things in a lot of different places. But to be playing in these, the NFL, the NBA, it's becoming your child has to be elite. You got to have elite money. And elite kind of maybe sounds exaggerated, but you got to have enough money to go to all these events, travel to the events, have the conditioning, have the diet. It's really come to that point because unless it's raw talent, it's actually made talent. And maybe that kind of sounds ignorant, but that's how I'm looking at it. It's money is making these athletes.
You're a kid in that shit?
Well, humans don't have kids, but depends on if I'm looking at my child as an investment. So people look at their children as investments. What you saying, DS? No, I think DS was about to say something. Or maybe I was wrong.
No, as far as the influx of talent, nobody in their right mind that wants to get to these professional leagues thinks that they're just competing against Americans. They've had Nike Hoop Summits for ages. I really don't think anybody thinks that. If you go to AAU circuit for one summer, you're going to see kids from all over the place. The price is going to go up and shit like that. But if you really like that, money is no object. And it's not coming from your family either. If you really that you get from overseas. They'll come get you from overseas. They'll come get you from whatever state that you're from, fly your ass out, drive you, they'll figure it the fuck out.
So, all right, so that's why I said the elite, because, Look at Luka Doncic. He was from a youthful age. He's playing for Real Madrid. Just Real Madrid alone is considered an elite sporting academy. That's what I'm saying. It's like even in all these, they're producing elite athletes.
There's a new kid to watch out for. His last name is DeBone, like DABONE. But yeah, that's the next one. Like the next Luka, Victor, Giannis, Braun type hype. His name is Mohamed DeBone, bro. I'm literally about to move my children to a different school. I'm looking at houses right now to fucking buy in Michigan because of one for one martial arts, the other one is for tech. But I'm trying to get to a better school right now.
So yeah, those guys work out together.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't hear you.
Fucking can't. Hello? I'm sorry, y'all. My fucking job is a pain in the ass today. But what I was saying. What was I saying? Something about basketball. Yeah. If you guys notice, there's been an influx of United States players not wanting to play in the United States anymore, and I'd rather go play overseas. I don't know how many friends you guys have that play basketball, but most of my friends are not playing here in the States anymore. They're going overseas because of the way they want to make income and not just play.
Yeah, I know people that play in South America as an alternative. What? Hello.
Yeah,
Thank you. Like, what do y'all doing? So I know people that play in South America, but there are also people that get shipped overseas. As in, they'll tell you if you can't sign a two-way, if you're in the G League and stuff like that, you'll get more contract money over there. However, there's stipulations to how many players from America you can have with a court at one time. So if you'll find your place, sure, there's more leagues, more opportunity, and it's more constant income. Whereas here, they have a lot of turnover in the league. You can be a top drafted player, fall out the league, then come back for a minimum. And the way that the NBA is, there's so much talent on each roster. We got a guy like Markelle Fultz, who's the #1 pick, considered to be the best of the crop, and now you're back on a G League roster. So nothing's guaranteed, but our talent over here is superior to those in Europe for the most part.
That gap is also narrowing, though. I played at a high level, and then also, like I said, I think she mentioned, like, Steph was a teammate from high school and so forth. None of that name dropping makes any difference, but I'm just saying from that aspect, the world is bridging the gap. And the reason the world is bridging the gap, not necessarily all the upbringing and so forth, is how they actually practice and how they take to the game. If we look at, let's take basketball. You're doing things that Americans honestly won't do, and it's going to boil back down to some very basic fundamental work ethic type stuff. If we look at like basketball, for instance, we look at the league has been, the game has been a goal for quite some time, but where they're bridging the gap at is we see more players that are standing 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", all the way up until, as we see Wimby and so forth, players that are well over 7 feet, able to play a complete game. The reason why that is because, again, if you take a 2-a-day practice that you have here in the States versus a 2-a-day practice that you have overseas. In the morning overseas, it doesn't matter about your height. Everybody, meaning 7 foot down to, I don't care if you're 4'5", everybody's going to do guard drills in the morning. When you come back for your evening practices, everybody's working on close. Like, this is why you're seeing players like Luka, who should only be able to play a particular position, able to back our American players down. The game is just bridging, and it's because they're taking it and they're elevating it off of the stuff that we won't do in terms of the basics. So there's a lot of nuance when it comes to talking about being able to play overseas. A lot of players are electing to play overseas because of the life that they're able to live. As I've talked about, bridging that gap, you're able to make significant money to go overseas and play now. As a teammate of mine from college, Andrew Gallup, has been overseas. He actually played with Kobe and played for the Lakers. Yeah, played for the Lakers for a while. But he has chosen, because he could have been back in the NBA, he has chosen, he's a big time global player overseas. NBA would love to have him. Has chosen to stay overseas, right? Because the life that they're able to live, and then they can come back here and be everyday people. We don't realize Americans that we're doing a lot here in this country that is driving our own out of doing stuff in this country. It's like everything else. We take things that is meant to be for good and we overdo it, and then we turn it into bad. They can go over there and make just as much money, come back over here, live with their families, walk through the malls, go do normal everyday tasks, and they don't have to be hounded about it. Most players, and I'll end it on this, most players that even play, let's take the NBA again, that play in the NBA over here, unless you're the elite of the elite, we're talking about the Steph Currys, the Brons, and all this, behind the scene, come summertime, they may take a little bit of time off, but they're going overseas and they're playing in the pro league overseas. The seasons don't match up. So these players are already playing this game pretty much year round overseas. They're filling the gaps of what they play here on the American side. They're going over there and playing the top end pro leagues overseas as well. So I think we have to look at that, and then we can obviously go down a rabbit hole and talk about what they've done in college that have now filtered down into high school, that is basically now filtered down into middle and elementary school. Yeah, it's going to continue to play globally. If we don't get it together, which is why we saw the league do what they did, even in terms of the All-Star game. If we don't get it together, we're going to find ourselves in a serious situation in terms of where we stand and rank. People will be choosing to play everywhere else other than coming here.
I agree with all that until you got to the All-Star game part. Like, you got people that represent other countries that are born here. If everybody's patrioted to where they were born at, this European surge is definitely lesser than it seems. But when you start grafting people to where their parents are from, or the country that they represent, like, that's when it gets a little out of hand. Because Pat is from Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brunson wants to play for Jamaica, but Brunson's from Jersey too. A lot of these people that choose to go overseas and represent these countries are not necessarily from there. So I hear 99% of what you're saying, but a lot of the people in the world are from here. Like Sabonis, he's Lithuanian because his pops is from there, but bro's from like Oregon or some shit.
No, you're right in terms of that. I wasn't coming from that angle. I'm talking about more so from the competition and from the angle of how we actually present and take care of the sport here. You're right in terms of everything that you said. I mean, and that's a caveat to that. It could be, that's a nightmare of how they have that. It is a loophole, and that's where players figure it out. We actually saw that in the Olympics with what's his name that chose not to play. I cannot think of his name right now. It'll come to me here in a moment. Chose to play for the United States for quote unquote with him.
Oh, Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid. There we go. Chose to play for us, and then we went over there. They were booing him in his own where quote unquote his family is from, right? But yeah, I'm more so. So you're right in terms of all of that. Yeah. I want to clarify that, but it's more so from how the game is approached, the All-Star game. Much like the Pro Bowl and NFL, was almost obsolete. And the Pro Bowl and NFL, they tried to do something different this year, i.e., not holding it in Hawaii and having it on the same week as the Super Bowl down as like a pre-event to the Super Bowl or whatever they are supposed to. I don't know how I ain't watched the Pro Bowl before. That's how bad it is. But they made a couple changes with that, but that's how almost obsolete that is. The NBA was right behind it. You know what I mean? This year was quote unquote their comeback, for lack of a better term. We were a couple of years away from we were going to have an All-Star game anymore. Nobody was tuning into the All-Star game anymore. So I'm saying more so from a structure, presentation, business of the game, we have started to lose a little bit of focus there. And other countries were definitely narrowing the gap on that. But I didn't mean to take away from it. Like I said, it's just a lot of nuance when you talk about getting into that upper echelon of competition, for lack of a better term. I think somebody else talked about the age appropriateness or it being a game of the elites. I can see where that comes from too, but let's be truthfully, if you are that good, they're gonna go find you. They're gonna go find you, and they're gonna be paying you early nowadays. You're not gonna have to pay to travel the country. You're not gonna have to pay because those elite napping and it's different than the AAU days, kind of like most of us, I'm assuming, when we were growing up. where AAU was where you would put your money. These Team Adidas, Team Nike, Team all these, they're coming to find you because you are money horse. That's why they're starting them off elementary, middle school, almost coming after these kids at this point now, because they are trying to lock them down as early as possible. So it's a totally different game and landscape than what we're talking about. And I do get it's not like golf, it's more of a game of elite. It's still expensive to play. Get golf balls, get clubs, and actually go out there to the rank. It's an expensive sport. Bowling, theoretically, is an expensive sport. The amount of money people would have to pay per game to sit over there and just practice. Basketball doesn't take much, right? So if you're good in that sport, right, football doesn't take. If you're good in these sports, they're gonna come find you. But there are some of the elite sports that are most definitely truly to the elites because it costs a hell of a lot of money just to even practice the sport.
Hey Charles, good seeing you. Thanks for sharing.
What's going on? How you been?
Struggling at work at the moment. You listening?
I don't get on here nearly as much, and if I do, I'm usually listening. Yeah, played in the hospital together. Played on the same team. I went to hospital in Rock Hill. He went to hospital here in Charlotte, right across the border. We both played for the Charlotte Royals.
Wait, how y'all play for this? I'm confused. Yeah, you're not listening because he said they didn't go to high school together. They played AAU together. He said that.
Played AAU together, and that's before his dad pulled him to play in AAU. He played AAU, and then his dad actually pulled him to play in AAU.
Why?
So yeah.
Across some of everybody playing like nationals or whatnot.
Yeah, so he was like basically in the AAU. I see. If it was going against Steph, it was probably a bunch of other players that was in that AAU conference then.
Yeah. And we had, that whole team, that was a team that basically, so you have these elite AAU teams, like the Pearl Royals. I moved from New York down south, so I didn't fall in this category, but I played for a top team out of Long Island, New York, but I played up there, and I lived in West Point, New York, which is nowhere near close to Long Island, right?
Wait, you play for the Lightning?
Long Island.
Yeah, Bobby Redditt. Yeah, down for the Lightning. So I know about them, Gauchos, Metro Hawks, all that. I know people that play in the UIBL. Like, it's a racket. Like, if you're nice enough, you get enough gear, you can make not a salary, but for a kid, you can make hella bread by selling merch and shit. So,
That's exactly. You took me where I was about to go. Like these teams like this, like the Royals with it was coached by Devin Seaver, but was sponsored by Nike. You know what I mean? Like you're flying, and when you're walking into an arena, this was back. I think back to the time we talked about. I'm 38, about to be 30. No, I'm 39. I'm sorry, about 40. Start wrapping up to you, catch stuff fast. But that tells you. So I graduated in 05, but that era was different. We sponsored by just before Nike was coming with the camps and all this, right? Like Adidas. So when you're sponsored by Nike, at that time that was massive. They're flying you all across the country to the major tournaments. You're walking in, and your team is looking like a mini NBA team. Matter of fact, that team is a hand-picked elite team on top of that. And basically, most of these teams, like the Lightning, they got teams all the way down, I think, AAU, 8 and under, 9 and under.
Yeah, 8 years, and then you can go up to 17.
Literally proven them to stay in together all the way through 18 and under. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're going to come in and break up that, better be damn nice because this team they've been training together, they've been rocking, they've been doing everything outside of their basketball team at their school, they've been doing together year round, right? So that's how those elite programs are built. Now that's when Adidas and all the other affiliates came in and they have crushed AAU now. Like, I mean, you'd be crazy to play for a top AAU team. You can go play for CP3 team or for the Adidas team or for Nike Elite. Those programs are out of this world at this point.
I still say the most basketball talent come here. Everybody, man, it's like they fucking send niggas from all over the country. high school, Christian schools or Christian academies. But I do remember one team from up there, the New York Gauchos. That's the only team I remember from New York. We had to play them niggas back in 07.
Yeah, the Gauchos, those were nice.
Yeah, they was pretty good, decent. They had Michael Jordan signed on the team, but he was trash though.
I was about to say, the Gauchos that we fuck with here, like Omar Calhoun, ended up going to UConn, Kemba. The matriculation most of the time from the Gauchos, they stay up here. So it's very interesting. Like, you see where people go. But as far as like the concentration, yeah, I would say it's the South, but I don't know if it's North Carolina. Probably like PG County. As far as like the names that came from there, yeah, PG County kind of crazy.
And then they also kind of add to the mix if we think about it. All of that stuff is even changed. You remember, like, when you were in high school, if your grades wasn't good, you went to prep school. You went to Hargrave Military Academy, which was like an amazing intermediate between high school and and the pros, or high school and college. Like, now at this point in time, think about LaMelo Ball. They recreated the wheel. I'm not about to go sit over here and play for one of those teams. I'm going overseas and go ahead and start making money and get recognition now. If there's teams willing to pick you up at 16 and 17 overseas, you're sending the kids overseas already. 15, 16, 14, 15, 16. They're sending them over there. They're getting paid already to play over there. And then the NBA still taking a look at them. You know what I'm saying? So the game has completely shifted. And it's just not basketball, though. It's like it's every sport.
We had a few pro kids though from over here that went to like regular schools though. Of course, Christ the King, but they got a kid that plays on the Mavericks now. Mo Cisse. There's also Hamid Diallo that went to the school based out near me. I don't know how he made it to the league. Like, he's obviously nasty, but making it from public school is kind of crazy. And then Cole Anthony, Moses Brown went to some other shit too. Filthy.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Like I said, I'm graduating in 05, obviously far removed, but I'd be interested to see the difference of how the landscape is for middle and high schoolers now. I know growing up, there private school was winning, right? Because you ship your kid to a private school or moving to the zone of a private school. I think somebody just a moment ago was talking about looking to move their son or daughter. And it makes sense, right? Because you move and they didn't have where you couldn't recruit. Private schools are under a totally different bucket, right? So they can recruit, they can bring players in from all over the world. It doesn't really make a difference. It ain't nothing nobody can do about it. With the way the game is set up now, and how these players can essentially start making money in high school off their name and go play in actual pro leagues in other countries and stuff. I don't know. I'm interested to see where the game goes in the next, 5 to 10 years.
Shout out to the class of 05, Charles.
Yeah. Different times, man. Different times. I kind of liked it back then. I'm not saying I don't. You got to evolve with the time, but I'm not saying I don't like it now. I'm worried about where the direction of some of our sports, where we're going to go. It sounds good on one end, but on the other end, we got to look at the fallout consequence. And I think we're seeing some of that. Hell, if it wasn't for Steph, this last Olympics, we would have been in some trouble against Frank. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Steph, we would have been in some trouble. And that's just how close it's getting. We look at, Team Canada that they had up there. Canada was stacked. France was stacked. That's the game now. Serbia wasn't far off.
See, they allow stuff like, all right, a player from overseas, they don't have to go to college like, what's his name, man? Is it Shai? One of the guys got drafted like a couple years ago, man. He ended up being a bust, like the #1 draft pick.
he was 19 years old. I'm like, damn, so players from over here can't come straight out of high school, but they're recruiting 19-year-olds from over there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to remember his name, man. He got drafted like he was first or second. Dude was a bust.
You talking about the one that the Hawks drive?
I'm about to find the real quick.
And if you're talking about Zach is lost on the Hawks, by the way.
He looking a little suspect this year. I thought he definitely
You gotta watch more of the games though intently. Like, you gotta take a back seat when they're done. And you got a clear number one in Trey this year, a clear number two in Jalen Johnson. And contract-wise, you got number three in Kristaps. Like, you just got to take your back seat. But if you look at his numbers and then you look at his per 36s, like, he's going to get it together. He's an efficient shooter and plays defense. So he's what you hope for. He's not Anthony Bennett, so let's not go there.
I give you that, I guess, for right now. Let's see. I hope so. You know what I'm saying? You think Boozer going to be the number one pick?
If you ask me, like, Darren Peterson is probably like an offensive prospect you don't want to miss. But Cam Boozer reminds me of Jabari Parker. And I'm taking Jabari Parker number one out of college if he's healthy, bro. Like, Jabari was nasty. He was NBA ready from the first time the ball hit the court. Straight up.
I like the coup for Marcus on 24 draft. That's what I'm thinking about.
The coup for Marcus on that chance to go number one.
Darius, he nice.
I gotta look at the rule again too, because I wonder if there's a caveat in there. They've changed it obviously since we were in school, but you only have to be removed from high school. The only qualification to removed from high school for the NBA is 3 years for NFL. Year removed. And if you're overseas, like I said, remember these guys are starting to play pro ball early. So I'm wondering, are they like theoretically out of high school at 15 and 16? By the way that they're doing it over here, which would make them eligible at a very super young age to play in the NBA. I got to look further into that, but I know that in terms of the stateside dealing, is you got to be 1 year removed from high school.
That's why they reclassed. Cooper Flag and Marvin Bagley did that.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm glad you brought the reclassification. I was about to say that's the other difference. I think that's why I'm interested to see where this goes in the next 5 to 10 years, because like I said, private schools was the way to go. Why everybody went to private school? Because if you're nice, you're going to a public school, yeah, you're getting seen and stuff like that. But then it's like, okay, I can go to this private school. For instance, like when I was being recruited by Gas Today, I mean, you're going to almost 3 guys in the gym. You got 5 major head coaches in the gym. Pretty all right. But you're not typically going to see that at a public school, right? But the other thing was exactly what you just said. I can now be quote unquote a rising senior that's going to go to this private school and I'll become a rising junior. You're talking about being able to play in front of the right people day in, day out, talking about even your practices. That is massive to have an full extra year ahead of you in that category, right? So, and then on top of that, most of those teams, those private schools, you weren't just playing for the private school team that you were doing that during the season, but most of them, if you're talking about the Royals and Long Island Lightning, that's where these teams are developed. You know what I mean? So these guys are playing. That's when your elite private schools are taking the elite players from there and they're forming these elite quote unquote AAU teams, which are now the elite Nike teams and Adidas and so forth. So that's what I'm saying. I'm interested to see how it's going to go at 5 to 10 years from now with the position. In some ways, in a lot of ways, it's good. But long term, I got to see how it shakes out. Yeah, Chris, you're right. Yeah, public schools do be doing a lot of that. They do it in private schools sometimes too, but honestly, that private funding and money, some of that, you're going to have some basic grades. You're going to have some basic criteria. Heck, I had to do like, I think it was 3 IQ tests just to be accepted. But they weren't just letting you in. Like, you had testing and all types of stuff you had to take just to be able to pass and get into a private school. Yeah, I don't know what it's like now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's wild.
So next in D really out here, y'all seeing the counterterrorism chief step down, right?
Yeah, I seen that Joe Kent.
Was that yesterday? That happened?
It was within.
Okay, yeah, I know. I saw it. Yes. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, he basically called him out, said he told him exactly what it was with this war that we're seeing ourselves with. You're starting to see more and more of that coming out. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, don't rely on this, but it may have been his wife. But if it wasn't his wife, it was a key family member of his that was also killed.
Yeah, it was. I believe Joe Kent and his wife both did time to serve. He definitely called him weak, but then at the same time, he also exposed him for being a CIA officer, which was something he wasn't supposed to do. You're not supposed to tell on active CIA members, if I'm not mistaken. Trump tweeted that, and it's funny that he's calling people.
Yeah, he never had military service at all. He only went to a military school, but it's like that when you a transplant child, like your people enlisted or whatever. Unless you are like a fucked up child, like usually they're gonna do that just to keep you out the military, unless it's for you to go into a field to where your military service is going to be beneficial for you to scale up. But if your family just got bread, they're not really going. Sometimes they're not going to.
Did you guys talk about that in God?
You know it's hard.
Yo, everybody in his administration is resigning, bro. That shit looks crazy, son. I'm gonna be honest, like, dogs. For a president, for people to be resigning.
Nah, bro. When everybody don't like when new administrations come in, everybody not gonna like everything you do. One of my favorite teachers from when I was younger, Mr. White, Marine, homie, he used to say this shit, and ever since my senior year, I always brought this shit. He was like, only way you can get everybody to like you is if you kissing ass and stabbing people in the back. That's the only way. Niggas don't hate you. It is what it is. What the fuck you do? Especially if you're doing what you're supposed to.
Yo, that's real niggas.
You let a little bit of hate stop what you doing. You'll seeing these posts. I don't know how true it is, but they talking about what is it? $100 billion was wiped out of the U.S. economy. It was something like that. I keep seeing it, so I'm like, I need to speak on this. I don't know how true it is. This is breaking. $500 billion has been wiped out of the U.S. stock market today. Then there was another one speaking about cryptocurrency. Platinum, Bitcoin, silver, gold. Since trillions just disappeared from the market, removing an extreme statistical event, something that's never been done in the history of finance. So that's more than the GDP of 99% of the country. A lot of money.
Bro, there's somebody that's gonna tell you that this is what they voted for. This is what we need for American prosperity.
It was this dude that I've been following, put it in the chat. He was saying low key, a lot of these elites been pulling their money out of the bank. Low key, bro. Like think they must know some shit that we don't, bro. Like I know we're in a recession, but unless they really know this shit is really about to collapse. You get it now.
It's hard for me to like think that they don't know it. I feel like this is like he knows. I don't think he cares. And if he doesn't know it, I don't know how we get to you being president of the United States and can't basically see what's right in front of you. And if you don't have a cabinet and a team full of them, so it could be possible. It's just like I don't know if it's I just truly don't care and I only care solely about self. And well, at this point, when I say care about self, is to keep himself out of jail. Everything he's doing right now is divert attention because it's a done deal. The minute whatever this ends, the book is going to be thrown. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's probably just my own experience. I just don't know how you don't see the playbook of where we're headed.
Oh no, it's a fact. You definitely see it. They assessed that this would happen if we ever went to war with this country. So he see it. I mean, he also seen the document that was sent to him that said, "Hey, sir, sorry to inform you, but the Iraqis don't want to hurt this. We can't find any real information on that. We have CIA operatives in the nation. We have all type of satellite imagery from all the things that we could assess. It don't seem like they want to hurt you or anything. You know what I mean?" And he's like, "Oh, swear they don't want to hurt me? Hey, Bob." It's like, what? This is the same thing from the Bush administration. Remember when? Well, we're going to go in all of these different countries that had nothing to do with hell heaven in our country. But we're going over there and we're going to fight everybody. It's Trump's team. Him and Biden suffered from the same. Biden was old as fuck and had a lot of political, but he had lost his mind. It's old has lost his mind, but no political experience. So they using votes and they done shot at Trump. I believe it was them having Trump shot at so that he could fall in line. I don't care if nobody said, I think that was him shooting that motherfucker because he was talking about draining a swamp and doing what? They said, sir, you're not going to drain anything except these oil deposits around the world. Wherever we send you to, that's what you're going to do. And yeah.
You guys ever seen that movie? Remember that movie that came out, Civil War? You know what stuck out to me in that movie? Remember when they were going after the president to kill him?
Bro, look, Trump didn't it?
Hey, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
Shit, bro.
Word.
Hey, it was a sister that smoked. It was a sister.
Yeah. I'ma just leave it right there. I don't want to be a spoiler, but yo, go watch that movie.
Yeah. I'm back in this bitch like I love something.
No, for real, if y'all haven't seen Civil War, we ain't talking about the Avengers or whatever. That's how we talking about the one that came out in 2024. Between that and Leave the World Behind, yo, those two movies, if you want to come back to back, I'm telling you it all.
What's that movie when they having that fight that Leave the World Behind when it's kind of it talks about the Benghazi attack, you know what I'm saying? But they made a whole movie about it.
Did you talk about that movie with Jamie Foxx?
I'm trying to see. I don't think I've seen Jamie. Was Jamie?
Was they in the Middle East in the movie?
No, they was in the White House. The motherfucker, it was like a war scene.
Oh no, we can't say nothing else about it, man. We're spoiled enough, man. I don't even know what you're talking about. What movie is that?
Hold on, let me see. Let me Google it real quick. I remember I watched it. Okay.
Spoilers is only late night. Spoilers is only late night. You can't do spoilers.
Niggas like, oh, where you gonna go on mute next? Oh, good. Oh, shit, let me look it up.
Nah. We got talking about spoilers. Nah, I'm just telling y'all about that movie. I just can't figure out the name.
Good. That's good you can't remember the name because it ain't no spoilers. So it's good to say it's one movie. And then if people know, they know. And then if somebody want to know, you can like back channel, whatever it's on.
Yeah, that's a lot of war movies that's good, man. They got a lot.
But sometimes these movies be so old, it be like, is it really no spoilers? Like, it be like, no spoilers.
No spoilers for New Jack City.
10, 20 years old, though.
That could be a motherfucker. Like, hold on, I ain't seen Boys in New Jack. Don't tell me what happened.
Right, like, yeah, no, we not. You should have seen that.
video where he was calling everybody and they kept hanging up on him, and then Netanyahu said, "Call Zelensky," and then Zelensky picked up the phone. He said, "Mr. President, you don't have the cards right now. I do," and started laughing.
And NATO shouldn't get involved. I mean, you got to think about every name that he's called NATO. He basically told NATO that they were worthless, that this, that, and the other. Now you're going to find out you need NATO. You're not the United States without your allies. Point blank period. And this is coming from, like I said, I grew up in West Point, New York. You are not the United States without people around the world allowing you to, one, set up shop there, and then two, to go into war or peacekeeping or whatever the case you may want to call it. Now it is war. Not saying we weren't out for our own greed and different things in areas before that could be seen from that angle, but it told us a lot when he changed the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Though it's just wording, it maybe took a whole new shape, form, and meaning, and he's been living by it ever since, and he's been driving havoc ever since he's changed it. And around the world. And I just urge all of us to think like, and the dope part about it is, though, things like Canada and some of these other countries, they're coming out and saying, like, American people, I feel sorry. I feel bad for you because we know it's not overall you all. You have some rogue people in high places. So that part is encouraging, but overall, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. If it has to go there, it's going to go there. And we got a hard time. I mean, on the back right now.
Yeah, Charles, we tied this arm behind our back.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Alex got there. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we most definitely did it. Nobody do it to us. It was our own. That put us.
I dropped it in the chat. Hey, y'all see that movie? I dropped it in the chat. The name of it.
Hey, what that is? I watched that War Machine taking that W last night. That shit was, see what the fuck I was talking about.
It do sound like this thing.
Hey, Charles, that Kanye West, man.
But I see those.
It's up that early mix. What'd you say? Let me something kind of different.
You are such a.
I already know you got on big ass basketball shorts, banding on your face. About some carpet that holler. Yeah, right. Talking about you don't know nothing about this.
Yo, Bobby. So that was fun. Just so you know, nigga. Just so you know, you're not gonna be young forever. It's gonna be.
Oh, nah, trust me. I got reminded of that yesterday. Niggas asking me how old I am. But they looked at oh, no. Nobody's serving me.
Hey, Bobby. Hey, with the default response.
Okay. Right.
No, I know. No. That's how you know you're there.
So until that point, when the default response is sir, and it don't matter who it is.
I seen some shit on Twitter that really like that
call you sir.
put into perspective. Homeboy said,